Hello, everyone. Welcome back to St. Louis Teens. I'm here today with Mr. Robert White, who is a manager at a supermarket chain. So, first off, I'd like to thank the supermarket for their continued service to the community during these difficult times, and a special thanks to all of you who are working to make sure that our food needs are uninterrupted while we are staying at homes. You're definitely our heroes. Robert, given the current coronavirus outbreak, how has your life changed both personally and at work?
Um, Personally, it hasn't changed. Of course, you don't get to do the things that you want to do as often as you would like to do it, but it's just you got to remain calm in chaotic situations. My experience in retail has allowed me to get accustomed to large crowds. And when you're dealing with customers and customer service, you always have to try to remain calm and give them the best part of yourself that you can. I think our team has done an awesome job in adapting to the daily changes and trying to express those changes to customers where they can shop or just go as normal as possible. But it's a little bit more chaotic than normal. But
Yeah.
you know, if you've been working in public as long as I have, you get used to it.
So, going back to the supermarket, what sort of additional measures are you taking there in order to avoid the spread of the virus, whether it's in terms of disinfecting, social distancing, hand washing, anything really?
Okay, so it, if I go to work today, I'm sure it's going to be different. But the last time I was there a couple of days ago, uh, the hand washing stations have been placed at both entrances.
Okay.
Customers are allowed to enter into one side of the store now.
Okay.
We're limiting our capacity to a certain, I think it's 20% of the volume, so to allow social distancing. Um, we have sanitizing wipe stations for folks to wipe their hands in the carts and things of that nature. So there's a lot of things that have been taking place.
Okay.
There's 6 feet taping that has been put in place to allow the reference point so folks can know what's 6 feet away. So.
Okay. And then have you sort of noticed any patterns in terms of total sales during this time, or what products people are buying more or less of?
Well, we can't get, as with most folks in this country, we can't get the disinfectant sprays and the
Yeah.
bleaches and paper towels and things of that nature. As soon as it hits the shelves, it's gone. But sales is just, in situations like this, sales is going to reflect panic. And so, because the news is saying, hey, this is going to be the worst week, you expect more sales because folks don't understand or don't know how long they'll be quarantined. So, they want to make sure they have the essentials, the milk, the eggs, bread, things of that nature to make sure they can bunker down for a couple of days, if not a couple of weeks.
And in terms of people who are coming in, and actually buying items, or maybe getting home delivery, have you had any recurrent questions from customers because of the virus?
The biggest thing that I'm even concerned about personally is our elderly community.
Okay.
For instance, you have options for online shopping, you have options for curbside, but those folks don't use your computer. Those folks are not as technologically sound as we would like for them to be. So we get a lot of phone calls saying, hey, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And so when there's not that technology in the home, they don't have the loved ones there to take care for them, it's a little more difficult to get that food out to our elderly community, which is why I've been on phone all day long today, even talking to church leaders and community leaders so that we can make sure that the elderly are being taken care of. But the most recurring question is when you're gonna get some sanitizers in.
Yeah. So, is the supermarket offering curbside pickup and home delivery?
That's been a service that was in place prior to the pandemic happening.
Okay.
I'm sure ship.com has skyrocketed exponentially. The amount of orders are backlogged. I have friends and family that I've encouraged to utilize that.
Yeah.
So all those different type of apps are available for folks who don't want to come out, which I encourage folks to adhere to the governor's order to the leadership of the country saying stay at home unless it's essential for you to come out. Yeah. Take advantage of technology, take advantage of those apps to shop online and to have things delivered to your home.
So what sort of things are you watching for moving forward with this situation?
I'm just watching for how Americans do what we've always done, and that's to step up to the plate, become world leaders in how we respond to this epidemic or this pandemic. I'm looking forward to what the tagline that's been going around is that we are all in this together. So I'm looking for neighbors to step up for those in their community who don't have loved ones to care for them. I'm looking for co-workers to respect the 6-foot space and make sure that we're not causing harm to ourselves or to others. I'm looking for us to do what we've always done, and that is to come together and live. We cannot allow a pandemic to cause us to die. We have to live. We have to be able to enjoy life and find a way to overcome this while the scientists are doing their research to find vaccinations and cures for this disease.
And I know you talked a little bit about the elderly community and what you were doing in terms of contacting churches. So do you have any advice for customers or the community during this time, and what can we do as a community to support your efforts to contain this outbreak?
The biggest thing we can do as a community, I think, again, is what the Bible tells us to do, and that is to love thy neighbor as thyself. And what we have to do, unfortunately, we live in a world now where we don't know our neighbor, but there's enough, rumors enough or enough conversation that if someone on your block is elderly, someone on your block is handicapped or disabled, that we just need to reach out to help those who are not able to help themselves. And just respect the space. Social distancing is real. It's something that we've seen worldwide that has caused this pandemic to slow down in other countries. And we just got to give up our golf. We got to give up our basketball. I mean, we got to give up the things that is causing the spread to continue so that this thing can stop and we can get back to life as normal.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for, giving up your time to answer all of our questions that we had.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yep. All right.